guys, Timewithtim here, and today I've got a great tutorial series planned up for you. My first tutorial in the series called Final Cut Pro X tutorials that I'm going to start. These tutorials are going to cover the basics of Final Cut Pro, and after you're done with them, you'll be able to explore and dive into Final Cut Pro yourself. So this isn't a tutorial for professional users. Those who are new to the Final Cut world, you will like it here. So first, let's get started with Final Cut Pro. Today I'm just going to give you an introduction on the new features in Final Cut Pro X. One of the most cool features of Final Cut Pro X is background rendering, and that's the only feature I'm going to talk about currently, because later I don't want to overwhelm you with all the new features. You might get confused, so we're just going to stick to the basics, and this is something you don't have to worry about anymore. Before, in Final Cut Pro 7, supposing I added an effect to a clip, I'd have to go and click render off, and this would take a lot of time. However, in Final Cut Pro X, it renders it in the background so you can get your things done while the Final Cut Pro X gets its things done. You can see that it's rendering right over there. Since I don't need to render, I'll just close the render. Now let's get to know Final Cut Pro X UI. Here we have the event library. Now it's something very similar to iMovie. We have everything organized in events and projects. Let's come to all clips. In all clip section, all you have to do is basically all your clips will be organized over here. You can gain some more space if you have more clips if you want. For example, if I had many clips, they would all be stored here. One of the great features is that scrubbing is now ever easier before. You can still set in and out points if you want. You can highlight clips just like an iMovie. Take it, if you want only that part, put it over there. And I just forgot to mention, did you see when I added the clip, the selection, it directly slammed back to the start of the clip. This is called magnetic timeline. Now this is something that is very useful. For example, if you were editing in the old Final Cut, if you added the clip over here, it would be stuck over here. It wouldn't go there because there was no magnetic timeline. With this feature, you don't have to worry about corrupted audio syncs. Not corrupted, but you don't have to worry about any blank gaps or sync in audio, which is not, perfect. So this is a really cool feature, but I'm going to talk about a little bit of that later. Second feature is called preview. So I don't know what's it really called. However, this is what I'm going to call it because it's, everyone knows what the meaning of preview. Basically, everything that you have added to your timeline. Supposing I've added another clip, I've added it right about here. I want to add. So while I played this would also play. Supposing I added a crop over here, and I cropped it over here, the previous clip would also play back there. So that's called preview. So everything you've shown over here, or whenever you scrub something over here, a preview will come. Next thing is inspector. Inspector is basically everything that you've done to your clip. For example, now there are no effects, right? So there's nothing over there. We have color, you can transform, crop, and everything is, so for example, click info, is going to show you all about the info about your clip. Audio, you can, make the audio higher and all those things. For example, let me just delete this clip. Since I've added a few examples, the inspector is showing you everything. Okay. You see, we have color, so it's going to show you everything that's to know about the clip, everything you want to confirm. Supposing I added this feature, 50s TV, I would go to the inspector. I will go to the effects tab, show, and there's 50s TV. I can lower it and I can higher it, and basically that's what inspector is for. Now since I don't need this effect, I will just take it out. Now what I'm going to show you now is your timeline. Now your timeline is basically all your clips you're going to put here. For example, just as I showed you, it's something like layers in Final Cut Pro 7, only now you don't rename anything. It's something like if you've ever used ScreenFlow for screencasting, it's something like that. You put your clip on top. It's basically act like a layer, only it's a little bit more easier to know on a person who doesn't really know nothing about layers. Next is where all the magic happens, which is the effects tab. The effects tab is all your presets will be stored here. For example, if I want to add a distortion over here, I'll just click background squares and add. So everything will be stored here. You see? And it's so easy to find something. You can create some audio stuff. If I wanted to put an audio, let's see. I don't think you'll be able to recognize it because I really have almost zero audio in this clip. But that's basically all you need to know now. You can of course create some pictures over here, put in some music. You have your transitions. You can those are a little bit more easier to use. Your text, all your your text presets, your textures, your solids, your elements, your backgrounds, and you have some video transitions. So this is all I'm going to talk about today, because I think I don't want to overwhelm you in this first basic introduction. Now if you think Final Cut Pro is just a few presets, nothing much is happening, well, with Final Cut Pro you can do something like this, which is called correction. You can change your audio like this, and you can do something cool like this. So this is why you would really want to learn Final Cut Pro X. It is really easy, and especially for those who are new to video editing in a higher level industry. However, please subscribe, because next time I'm going to talk to you about importing, managing your footage, organizing event libraries, projects, all that good stuff. This was Time with Tim signing out. Peace.